Hello everybody, Alexander speaking. Today we will jump right into our topic on TestSheet basics, structure and business relevance. I am on Tosca 12.3 here, but no worries, everything that I'm going to show is pretty much the same in all recent Tosca versions. Here you can see a test sheet. Obviously, I have created this hypothetical example to verify the calculated price of a house. So let's assume we have some kind of app that allows us to estimate the price of a house. First, we are inputting all different values that are relevant for the price, then the app calculates the price, and later on we are going to verify exactly that number. Before we proceed, just to make sure we're all on the same page, let's take a step back first. What is a test sheet used for, like generally? It allows to easily manage variants of the same test case. And these data variants, you can see them right here. They are stored in this spreadsheetish or table-like structure. And basically every column represents a test case, and each and every column holds the data combination that will be then used in one test case later. And accordingly, every row represents a control, and in each and every row you can see the exact input, the exact value that will be used in each and every test case. On the one hand, test case design can be very complex, but on the other hand, there is good news for you, because a test sheet just consists of two different object types, attributes and instances. So attributes are the red, green and pink squares you can find here on the left. And they can either, as already mentioned, function as a control basically, or the second option is that they will function as a purely structural element. Instances are always assigned to an attribute. So you can find them underneath an attribute, for example here underneath the construction method. And basically the instances are the values, the data variants that are going to be used for that control. In addition to find the list underneath one attribute, you will always see the assigned values for each and every column, for each and every test case as well. That said, let's move on. So what is our recommended structure? Let's have a look on the top level structure first. Here we see 4 different attributes as structural elements: administration, precondition, process and verification. This is according to our best practice, and I highly recommend you to follow that approach. Please note the different colors. They are representing the different types of business relevance, and I will explain this in a little bit more detail very soon. But first of all, what should be part of the administration? Anything that is not part of the test case itself, but is still good to know. For example, the test case ID or some information if this test case is part of regression, integration, smoke or even sanity testing. What should go into the precondition? Anything that differentiates the test case from another test case, but is not part of the test case workflow itself. To make it a little bit more clear, in our example, the property and the customer are not part of the house, but the size of the property will still affect the price in the end. Or the fact that you cannot build a house without a property at all, or that you have to be a very rich customer in order to be able to afford the marble mansion. What is going to be part of the process? That's easy, obviously, all the workflow and input values of the test case itself. And finally, the verification. Here we will verify the price of the house and an additional message, in case we, for example, forget to buy a property before actually building our house. Some of you may have noticed that there is no post condition. Why do we skip that? Post conditions are important in the test case, but normally they do not hold any data variants. Therefore, they are not really relevant for the test sheet. Now, last but not least, I will talk about business relevance. Red is business relevant. Pink is not business relevant. Green is for verification only. But what does it mean? Partly I have already given you the answer. Some of you may guess it right. Only attributes that are business relevant differentiate one test case from another one. So, for example, it does not create another test case if I switch the type up here to sanity. It does not change the test case itself. And the verification will be filled at the very end. Why? Because the price and the message obviously depend on whatever you put up here in the business relevant fields.
At the very end, one last bit of advice to the more advanced users. So, what is the technical implication of setting the business relevance? As you know, you can create these data variants in the test sheet by algorithms automatically. You can find that here and here. And these algorithms will simply only take business relevant fields into account, and they will ignore anything which is green or pink.
I know that test case design can be really intimidating at the very beginning, but it's also powerful and will help you a lot. Therefore, I hope that I could help you a little bit to successfully use test case design in the future.
Thank you for watching this tutorial. Here at the Tricentis Academy, we aim to provide you with educational services that suit your needs, including role-based trainings where you can become certified specialists, video tutorials, MOOCs and more. To learn more about the Academy, visit www.tricentis.com/academy.